Hello everyone, welcome to series of RMK Fund Day. This is a podcast series where we're gonna be discussing a lot of topics about risk management, and also we'll be dealing with the real life scenarios, how the risk is managed in a real life. I am Shivam Palan, your coach and mentor for risk management. In today's podcast, we'll be discussing more regarding what is the nature of risk and also various types of risk. Now, in last podcast, in which we have discussed regarding what is the difference between a risk and uncertainty, we'll take it further. I said that the risk is defined by ISO 31000 as a 5-word definition is effect of uncertainty on objectives. Now, if I further break down the effects, so effects can be a positive effect or a negative effect. Now, it's very important for a risk manager to see which effect is gonna be more important for the organization. Say for example, an effect is having a positive outcome, then it's good for organization, right? It's giving you something beneficial for the organization. But if the effect is giving a negative outcome, which I generally call as a threat, for that threat you need to see how I'm supposed to mitigate those risks or how I'm supposed to manage those risks. Because if that risk is not managed, it will definitely lead to some loss or it will definitely lead to some damage to the organization. Now, again, it's very important for a risk manager to know a difference between a risk and a problem statements or a problems or issues. So generally, why do we do a risk management? We do a risk management for a future outcome. It's again very important. Say for example, if something is gonna be happening in a future, for that thing I'm doing a risk management. It's not for a present event, right? Say for example, there is one building, and in that building the fire has already occurred. Now that fire which has already occurred, you have the fire which has already there in a building, is a problem for me. It's not a risk, right? Risk is something which is an future event for which I am supposed to deal it, right? So again, I say there is a vicious circle between, or there is a circle between a problem, issues, and it generally says that if the problem is not managed, then it would lead to a risk. Say for example, there is a fire on a building, right? This is a problem for me. This is the event which is occurring now. But if that fire is not catered or if the fire is not stopped, it would lead to a risk for me. How? Say for example, if the fire will lead to burn your entire inventory, entire stock in your building. Now, if the stock is burned, you will not be able to collect the revenues, you will not be able to sell the inventories. Then how will you be able to pay your creditors or debtors? How will you be able to pay your creditors, right? So this will lead to a risk for you, and it's again very important to manage your all the problems so that it doesn't convert into a risk. Hence, the role of a risk manager, and hence the role of you as a risk manager comes into the place. Now, the next important question which again comes is how I'm supposed to categorize the type of risk. See, there is no fixed parameter or there is no such parameter which says that there are only 5 type of risk, 6 type of risk. It depends on a person to person. Say for example, if I see in an ICA module, the Paul Hawkins have categorized the risk into the 3 parts. If you see, there are multiple ways of categorizing the risk, but important is how do you identify those risks and how do you mitigate those risks. Identification and mitigation are a very important part whenever you are dealing something as a risk manager. Now, according to Paul Hawkins, the risks are categorized into the 3 parts. If you see to the different books, they have categorized the 4 parts as well, but as per the ICM module, it has said that the 3 parts the risk are categorized. The first is hazard or pure risk, second is a control or uncertainty risk, and third is opportunity or speculative risk. What does the hazard risk means? It wants to say that because of some event there will be a loss or there will be a no loss. There will not be any profit or there will not be any gain event. For example, a fire. So once a fire is occurred in a building, there's no profit, there's no gain to anyone, right? So the pure risk or hazard risk talks about this, loss but no gain, and loss can be 0. Yeah, that's important about the hazard risk. Second comes as a control risk, which is generally called as an uncertainty risk. See, it's a very important to understand what is a control risk means. Say for example, you are having a car. Now You take a care of car, you maintain, you give the car for a proper maintenance, you give a car for a regular maintenance also, but still there are some chances that the car may stop working. There are still a chances that some uncertain or unforeseeable event occurs. Even if you are taking all control measures, even if you are taking every measures to ensure that the car doesn't stop, right? But there might be a chances that the car stop due to some event, and that is generally called as a control risk. That means that you have applied the control, but it's not working. It is because of some uncertainty present over around, which is leading to stoppage of your goal, or which is leading to complete your project. So generally, if I talk about the control risk is based on a project basis, and if you want to understand this things in a detail, I have covered this in my full batch of risk management, where we have talked about how the control risk is managed, and we have dealt with hell lot of examples. So those who are interested, please do and watch our full. Next comes the opportunity or speculative risk. If we talk about the opportunity, so opportunity is something is like next best alternative for gone, right? Now, if I talk about the opportunity or speculative risk, why someone is doing it? Someone is doing because he or she wants to gain something out of it. He or she wants to have some money, or I would say is willing to have some profit. But the outcome will not be certain, as in the outcome can give you a loss, it can give you no loss, or it can give you a gain. So it's again very, very important for an organization whenever they are looking into some projects, or whenever they are looking to invest in something, they are supposed to check which type of risk is going to be occurring due to entering into that project. And the basis of that, the organization has to decide which mitigation measures or techniques the organization should use, so that it doesn't create any trouble, it doesn't create any burden for the organization. Hence, as a risk manager, you are supposed to decide first the type of risk. In further podcasts, we'll be dealing about the entire process, how the risk management process works on, and why it is important as a risk manager to see and understand the identification of risk, why it is very important for the risk manager to identify the risk that we are going to be dealing in the further podcast. Stay connected. A lot of podcast is going to be coming on the risk management. Please do refer your friends, and also do not forget to check our full batch on our risk management. Risk hai to ishq hai. Stay connected. Bye bye.